fellas, welcome to another PC content week. Welcome to Monday, guys. For those of you who are still not sure if it's still Monday, but Monday is Monday. Here we are, a bright sunny Monday morning, Nairobi citizens or Nairobi dwellers or everyone within GMT plus 3.00. There is this issue, guys, I need you to understand and I need to point out as to why you shouldn't save your files or you shouldn't save files on local disk C drive or your desktop, in specific desktop C drive, or why you shouldn't save everything on desktop or C drive, where to save instead. So guys, there is this mistake, guys, people usually make, especially all of us, most of us basic users, in terms of how we operate our laptops or desktops. Whether you're in macOS, whether you're in Chrome OS, whether in Linux, whether you're in Windows, or any OS that you're using to operate your laptop or desktop, we have this tendency of saving our files where we can easily reach them, like on desktop, right? That's where my project is, that's where my program is, that's where my Photoshop file is, that's where my Illustrator file is, that's where my Excel document is, that's where, Python file is for coders, that's where my whatever the reason, guys. The point I want to drive to you is you shouldn't save that file on desktop, but you should save it somewhere else. Reason being, your operating system, whether your Chrome OS or your Linux, uses your primary drive, whether it's local disk C, and by default is usually local disk C for Windows. So usually it fetches the files from the system files on your primary drive to operate. And the more you fill it, the worse it gets for you. So it becomes a bit harder if you continue filling up your drive, whether you're filling it with pictures, videos, documents, or anything. So rather, if I were you, I'd move those things into an external drive. I work with them from there and let your program files work within your main drive where Windows is operating from. So if you're an Illustrator, save your files in external drive and let the Illustrator program run and fetch files from your external so that your system can perform best by reading and writing externally rather than internally. Internally is faster, yes, but there is this carelessness we develop over time. We tend to save it where we can easily reach them. The problem comes in when it starts filling up. And then the machine is now unable to load or fetch files or write them up. This is why some of you will always, you'll text me, oh, my machine is slow, or I don't know where it went south, my machine is crashing. I'm trying to update something, but I'm getting an error. I'm trying to, you're texting me, you're telling me, I'm trying to start my machine, but it's taking time. You're texting me files, I don't know how my files are scattered on my drive. Those are some of the symptoms you guys, you're supposed to see if you don't save your files properly. And you find that it becomes extremely hard if it becomes a habit for you guys to always save your files within the same partition where Windows operates. So what's the solution, guys? Based on any research you do, whether on ChatGPT, Copilot, or anywhere, or any other news, or any other tips, PC tips you will get from other experts, higher, better experts than me, they'll always tell you there is a quota where, guys, you have to fill your space for the drive you're using. If you are using a 1 TB drive, there is the quota you have to fill. You can't fill it all the way until to the end. In my case scenario, a good example where I use, and I will show you right here on my local disk C, is that I tend to keep at least halfway, that is, of my drive. My drive is currently 480 GB SSD. Unfortunately, I can upgrade more, but I don't find it necessary because I'm mainly working from external drive and running the files using the programs they are supposed to run. So let's say I have a logo file that was created by Illustrator. It is on an external drive. Then I run the exe for Illustrator to work on it, and when I'm done saving it, I'm saving it back in the external drive rather than inside where the same drive where Windows operates, the main drive, that is the SSD. So in my case, I'd advise you guys, if you have an external drive, better if you have an SSD, work externally from that SSD and use the internal drive to run the program, to run your projects. So if you are doing a Premiere Pro project, the project sits comfortably around your SSD. You just open it with the program. If you are saving, if you are doing anything, because guys, remember, with Windows 11, Windows 10 is, right now it's more of like it's on vegetative state, because right now it's just only a security updates. But for Windows 11 keeps on adding features. And remember, Windows is not the only one which is adding features. Your program provider, whether it's Adobe, whether it's Microsoft, whether you are using DaVinci, or whether you're using any program, on whatever case you're using, they keep on adding features. And those features end up drawing a lot of resources from your hardware. And it's very important to consider that those features, as they add up, they end up consuming your space a little, until to a time you find that your machine is so slow. You bought your machine very expensively. You might have bought it at around $1,000 or $2,000, but you find that with time your machine is getting slow. It's because of those subsequent updates. This is why I will tell you again, work on a drive that isn't running the main programs that you use. Open the program, fetch your files in your external drive. Once you're done, save, exit. Simple as that. Rather than working on a program and your files are within the same drive that their programs are in, and the result is the machine gets slower and slower, and it becomes extremely slow, such that you can't tolerate it until you format the drive. Think about it, guys. Use your PC, use or save responsibly. Work on your projects, nice, but choose how to operate your machine wisely, effectively, in regards to your capacities of your machines. So thank you guys. See you. Bye bye.